And we're back, people. Deluded, I'm back again. This is the most important week of Mikel Arteta's Arsenal career to date. This is the most pivotal week in our season. I know we've said that many times, but I genuinely believe this is the week that they will look back and say this made or broke us. History hasn't been kind. History is ridiculously kind to Pep Guardiola's Manchester City side in April. It's horrible to us. You've got the Sporting Lisbon game, which, yes, we want to win the Champions League. We've never done it. All of those kind of things. But you'd be silly if you was an Arsenal fan. And yes, we need to park off anything we feel about the Premier League, about how we've played in the Premier League today, what I feel about the players, what I feel about Mikel Arteta. We know we've got Manchester City on Sunday. We know the Bournemouth game was abysmal, in which Areola has just announced he's leaving Bournemouth, actually. He won't be short of admirers, whether he goes back to his homeland or gets another job here. What he's done at Bournemouth has been fantastic. What Bournemouth have done has been fantastic. And keeping up the theme with Arsenal in the last 4 games, end of the day, it's gone now. It's gone now. I can be as vexed as I want about Manchester City, about Southampton, and about Bournemouth at this moment in time. But there's a way to lose. Because the way it looks now, the last 4 games you've had in all competitions where you've lost the 3 domestic games recently, and obviously you've won the first leg against Sporting. Big up you lot. It looks like a blip. You lot have come too far, and yes, attacking play hasn't been there. Consistency from certain players hasn't been there. But you lot have come here to crumble now. Every football fan that supports Arsenal has backed you lot, whether we believe wholeheartedly in the boys and whatnot. Everyone can recognize we have an opportunity. You lot have shown great consistency to get yourself here for the last couple of years, but you need to go up. And it's all fine and dandy. The manager, several players talking about winning trophies. I need to see people standing up to be counted now. Because again, there's a way to lose. Had you have lost the last, 3 of the last 4, I wouldn't be happy. But if you gave it your all, you lost to City, we go back to the drawing board. Southampton the same, and obviously Bournemouth the same. In which credit to them, because they've done things very tactically different. But all of their managers and their players have done what we have failed to do at this football club: passion, desire, managing and defending, and all of that kind of stuff. If football's decided in both boxes, in it, defending to the standards. Attacking to the standards. We're conceding some cheap goals for a team that's supposed to be one of the best sides in Europe. So if you're struggling, regardless of what the statistics tell me about goals, I know we score goals. But if you're struggling really to look like a great attacking outlet and just grit it through in that, if the midfield is a mixed bag, defensively, you're one of the best teams in Europe. But whether it's nerves, whether it's inconsistencies, the goals you've been conceding all season and at this stage have been terrible. People are not following runners. Keepers are messing up. We're out of sorts in terms of positioning. The 2 goals, not to dig anyone out, the 2 goals we conceded against Bournemouth, horrible. Zubamendi, Rice, Gabriel for the second, abysmal. The whole team for the first: Noni Madueke, Benjamin White, Miles Lewis-Skelly, the 2 centre-halves, everybody included. We're not pressing like a unit. We're not defending like a unit. You don't need to... What you don't want to be written about, you'll do it, innit? Because some fans have never seen Arsenal win a league title. This will be not only their first title that they see. By God's grace, we get it done. It's the first of the Emirates era. It's the first in 20 odd years. You lot will go down as Arsenal legends in Arsenal folklore, and you will prove it to each other that you really want to get over the line. Everyone can be stand up to be counted when it's great, When it's looking shaky, it's brazy. And I'm happy Mikel Arteta has echoed what I've said. This is your most important 6 years, most important week in your 6 years at Arsenal. There's rumors around the new contract. Let me know your thoughts on that. Whether he gets one or not is another thing, but there will be a clamour. And at the end of the day, until you boys get over the line, this thing, this stench, this failure to get over the line has got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And, if there was that mental block in 2022, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25, and obviously now, it's not going to get any easier, is it? So it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button. At this point, I'm echoing the same things. And there's other things that will get you motivated. But Arsenal players, you lot have definitely been sent this by your friends in the WhatsApp groups. You're all on social media, so you've seen this. If this doesn't kick you up the arse, then I don't know what fucking will, people. Because Manchester City are a positive shadow of their former self. First half of the season, you think City are gonna pack the bags and stay in their own half like they did at the Emirates. They in the first half of the season, they were fractured. Pep, looked like he's out of ideas. Players weren't standing up to be counted. They're a positive shadow of their former selves. History is kind to Manchester City. They're actually on course for a treble, 2 trophies minimum. History is kind to them. Pep's getting it right. Individually and collectively, the players are up for it. Momentum is everything. They've got all the positive momentum. We've got negative momentum. There isn't a single thing for me to cling on to. If you lot won't get up for it after this, you'll always have my support. Believe. Do I believe you can beat City in a shootout where, to be honest, as good or bad as we've been, if you do win that, Obviously, until everything's mathematically ruled out, anything can happen. But if you do beat Manchester City, a team that you've done better against generally, you've done better against at the Etihad, but you still ain't won since Santi Cazorla and Coquelin was in midfield there. With that being said, and everything we've said, and City's momentum and everything pointing in that direction, and big them up for that, I'll be sitting here, and if I said I believed you lot, I believe in you lot's ability to win on Sunday. Do I think you can give them a game? Do I think City are at sparkling best? No, Chelsea could have taken their chances, but City are a team you have to kill. They went out of the Champions League, got their act together, dealt with us, dealt with Chelsea, dealt with Liverpool. On top of everything else they've been going through psychologically, they're doing what needs to be done. So if you were, you'll always have my support. But on Sunday, if you genuinely think I'm gonna sit and I believe you lot can do it in a shootout, you've not shown that. You've not shown that. Manager, you've not shown that. Players collectively, because it don't really matter who was good or bad individually, you've not done it. And you lot are gonna have a familiar feeling that you've had in the last 3 years if you don't know what needs to be done. If you don't do apologies, what needs to be done. And they're smelling, the fans rightly so are smelling it. You know, first couple months of the season, I spoke to a lot of City fans, mainly online. They didn't believe they could win the league title. You wouldn't have seen that. But they're believing in their team because of what the eyes are telling them. With us, the eyes are not telling me anything to be positive about. I'm with you lot to the end, but now you lot need to support Arsenal Football Club. And what I mean by that is the players and the manager. Fans have done their most. They've done it. They've done it. We've done it up and down the country, all around the world. We've done it. You lot need to give us something now. You don't need to give us something now because it's not on. So, yeah, people. And Arteta, as I said, has echoed what I said. This week is the biggest opportunity of 6.5 years. Yes, make sure you and the players rise to the occasion. Don't care how you do it. And then he said, no fear, pure fire. That's it. That's what I want to see by the players, by the people and myself. Go for it because the opportunity is unbelievable. Let's go, confront it and go for it. And go for it by really putting absolutely everything into it. I'm not going to lie. I don't think you're wrong there. But for me as a fan, I don't want to hear this. You should be doing that anyways. I've seen this in the last few weeks. Conversations like this, punch in the face, bit in the teeth, fire in belly, most enjoyable part of the season. Man's heard all of that. It's not that it's wrong. I've heard all of that. Go out there and show me. Go out there and show me. Because you can talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. At some point, you don't need to make history. You lot are, none of you are Arsenal legends. None of you are in Arsenal folklore. And I think that's a damn shame for you, manager, considering the Emirates era. And I think it's a fucking shame for a lot of you players individually. Because listen, there's so many players that are worse than you during the Emirates era that have won trophies. Rob Holding's a big in Arsenal folklore, higher than Saliba and Gabriel. Because I might think of Rob Holding, think of the hair transplant, you know, the 2022-23 season, stood up to at Wembley. You lot haven't proved it to yourself. You lot have not amassed silverware yourself. The last 3 years brings regrets. This year's brought regrets. Seize the fucking present. Because the reality is you are top. The eyes do not look positive for Arsenal. They look hella positive for Manchester City. They also are not in the Champions League, so they've got time to do what they're doing. But this is the run we wanted to be in. I need to see fearlessness. I'm seeing mistakes that are uncharacteristic, so that's defo nerves. I'm seeing a fractured team. I'm not seeing that. Where several points this season, we've made mistakes. I've seen us get our teammates out of trouble. I've seen man stand up to be counted. So if everybody individually is not going to be at their sparkling best, fucking get that dog in you and do what needs to be done. So simple as that. Simple as that. At some point, you don't have to want to be winners. Everything has been geared towards winning. Now it's actually time to win. You go through London Coley. You go through the Emirates, Roll Castle, this one, that one. The legacy and all of them Arsenal legends is there. At some point, do you not want your pictures on the wall? Because the only people that got pictures on the wall, anything to do in the last 4 years, is the Max Dowmans, the Wanyeris, the Miles Lewis-Kellys, the Bukayo Sakas at our academy base, because they're obviously showing you can come from the academy and making the first team. You lot will be forgotten about. And when it's all said and done, you'll have to live with regret. Would you rather the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? And until you, Mikel Arteta, and these players learn what you need to learn, have you not noticed? Life is cruel, you know. It will keep replaying itself time after time after time and again. As I said, the talking's done. You don't need to back us. All the banter, all that stuff, you're proving people right. Bottlers, this, that, and the other. What you don't want to do with it, do with it. Because what I would say to you lot, beyond the obvious, you're top. You are still top. My eyes don't lie to me. My eyes are not positive. History is not positive, but you are still top. You fucked it up, but you now have one last chance. And I don't believe in this whole last chance saloon in you boys. I support you lot to the world and back. I don't believe in you lot. It's what you lot want to do past that. Don't get complacent. You beat City, there's too much margin for error, which I have been saying several points this season. It's looking a bit shaky. Do with that what you will. You got one last chance. You know what? And even going to the Etihad, when you strip it all back and just look at the Arsenal and City players, how they, you know, the Haalands and Gabriels, you've got some good draws there, but you ain't won. And it's them kind of grounds and them kind of teams, regardless of what they look like, they're the things you have to get done. Because you lot are an embarrassment at this moment in time. Say what you want about my boys. More fool me. It must really be deluded. Because you see when you lot played Newcastle, notice I keep using this example. When we played Newcastle away, fair enough, it was a different time zone. And I wouldn't want to go Newcastle away on the best of days. But you reacted to mistakes. Decisions with the ref went against you. People made mistakes. You came from a goal down. The starters are doing what needs to be done. People off the bench are doing what they needs to be done. We're winning our individual and collective battles. I'm seeing protagonists. Marino stepping up. Odegaard them times they're off the bench. Eze's doing his thing. Gyokeres is out there. The whole team. That don't look like the team. Any in the last 4 games. And I allow you for sporting, you know. I actually have said I allow you for sporting. Because any win, anything, you will take it. You're not the same. And manager, I believe in you in a sense that I think you're a very good gaffer. You're earning 50 mil a year. I believe in a number of you players. Now you need to go talk the talk and walk the walk, because this is first world problems. We're crying when we're in potentially into another semi-finals, still top of the league. This is the problems we wanted. If I offered all of you like these problems when we bottled it against Newcastle and Spurs back to back, when we was fighting for top 4, you would have had it. You lot worked so hard to get yourselves in this position. You lot worked so hard this season, whether we've been good or bad or not. You get me? Now you see why in the moment isolated to 90 minutes, and I know you can't win them all. Now you know why I'm very critical of you go 2 goals up against Wolves. Respect, everyone can beat everyone, but you're 2 goals up. You have to walk away with them 3 points. I know Sunderland, them times they're away from home, their form was great. Best defensive side allegedly in Europe, 15 minutes away from 3 points. You have to go and get that. Yes, I know there was injuries and all these things. You're about to get a point against Aston Villa away. You got none. You see how these fine margins, and plenty of others. Brentford. I actually think Mikel Arteta, you fucked up the last two games against Liverpool. I'm vexed with all of you, manager and the player for Manchester City at the Emirates, because they were there for the taking. There's a couple of teams now that we've beat. If we play them now, they will get 3 points. There's a couple of times we've played teams at good moments. We obviously butt Man United first day of the season on a good moment. We butt them when they're better. What happened? We found, Newcastle. I genuinely think we played them when they was in a good moment. When they was in a bad moment, City in a different moment. And that's nothing to do with you lot. That's not you lot's fault. We can't pick when we play, who we play and whatnot. But this is what I mean. You're there for the taking. City looked a bit shook, honestly, in the start of the League Cup final. But they said, the man at Arsenal, move to them quickly. Southampton, yeah, we've turned our seat in a good moment. Because if we play another one, good moment. Because if we played them early in the season, I've been on ITV doing the championship highlight show and whatnot, would have moved to them. They got their act together. What? City? Cool, we're not City, but 1, 2 things in there, chinks in their armor. Let's go. Bournemouth, the same. Gaffer, what's going on? What's going on? Last 3 games in domestic cups, standing on, not to listen, Zubi, Rice, when I'm criticizing the gaffer, I'm criticizing the gaffer. When I'm criticizing the players, criticizing the players. They're all interlinked. Stand on Rice and Zubamendi. Force our team to come back towards the ball. We're not really going direct anymore when to bypass that press. And when we do go, we're not winning the first and seconds. We haven't got that compactness defensively that we've had for whatever reason. So if you're not solid defensively, if you're not blisteringly good in up front, if your midfield's looking a bit shaky, how do you expect to win football games? Because all the cliches, football's a 90-minute game. You got to earn the right to win. All of these things. If you don't beat City, then somewhat all's forgiven because the fan's done. You told man, like it's like you're telling man there's carnival or wireless or whatever. Everybody, all the fans, them around the world, we brought our drums, we brought our Hennessy, we was ready, we was on this. But if it was wireless, it's like you've told us there's a concert, we're going to the concert, the lights are not on, the artists are not here, the backup dancers are not there, there's no DJs and music running. So you lot need to prove it to the fans and prove it to yourselves. Because I look around, I don't see people that want to die for their teammates and have been through the highs and lows with their teammates. I look at the manager. I don't see a man that's reinvented himself. You lot would like to win. This club would like to win. Man, I'm not dying to win. Because you don't perform like that. It's fuckery. And I'm not naive. I don't doubt. It's more, for me, it's more how you've gone about it. I don't doubt you lot's integrity, your willingness to win or whatever. But none of you look collectively. It don't matter about individuals. Collectively for the manager and the players. Do you look? What is there to learn this season? Now I'm at the point. Just win me the Prem. And that will apology for it in the mic. That will be it. But what have I learned? I ain't seen you got the gaze in attack. I ain't really seen nothing in midfield. I called it early. You lot were telling me I'm mad. I'm like, yo, we're looking a bit brooky defensively. We used to be a great defensive side within the premise of the Emirates era in the last 4 years. You're a good defensive side. Man, I've signed new contracts. You're telling me this is the place to be. You're telling me about the pain and we're so close. So go and do it for yourselves. Go and do it for yourselves. Because you lot have come through so much adversity. Some of you almost didn't fucking be footballers. Some of you have not had it easy to get to this stage. And this is what you man are going to do. And collectively, during this, where you man are trying to fight, it's not been easy. But you're telling me you don't care. And certain people won't get that. You have to understand what I'm saying there. You're telling me you care. I think you care. But when I'm seeing you lot with your feet, the body language, the clamping, man, they're taking chances, people putting the team on their back, solid defensively. You know, early in the season, for example, I might be the striker. I can see my left back out of position and we're in trouble. I'm busting my ass to make a tackle. I'm bollocking him and getting onto him. I don't see that. I see boys that would like to win. I see people that would like to win. I see people not dying to win. You're not dying to win. There's nothing wrong with failure, you know. There's everything wrong with a lack of courage and cowardness. That's where I get pissed off, because we've got no divine right to win games, let alone trophies. But see, when you man perform like pussies, and I say this from a place of love, because you have been moving like pussies, fucking pussycats. You all look like a bunch of people, including the gaffer, that you've lost. You're in a supermarket, you lost your mum. Well, you see, when you're younger, your mum tells you, say, hey, yo, wait in the line. She's taking long. You're getting a bit nervous. You're getting closer to the till. You're a young, naive man or woman. You don't even know what's going on. That's what you look like. That's what you look like. Because you man have looked good at points this season. You lot look shit at points this season. You lot look good and you lot look great. So that tells me when you win, you're not as good as you think you are. When you lose, you're not as bad as you think you are. You lot will do it now. The talk is for time. I can't talk for you lot. I'm not going to let no one slag you lot off because I think like they're boying me when I'm on these platforms and things like that. But like, bro, you lot now. You lot now. Because I don't know where you turn if you don't win the league. And especially in the manner you're going about things. So you better thank the lucky stars, because I think you've gone beyond that. I think we entered this season on borrowed time. I think all the lifelines you could have thought you had, I thought it was over when we drew against Wolves. And several other times where we dropped points, or maybe we could have done better or approached games better. Yes, we cannot win them all. Man United as well. That's the thing. Now's your last chance. And that's the thing as well. We're always losing or dropping points or shooting ourselves in the foot in the exact same way. A mistake made more than once is a choice. And I've seen it enough times to know it's a pattern. Do with that what you lot will. It's as simple as that. If you man want to win the league, you'll win the league. You'll buck up your ideas. You'll buck up your ideas. You let your nuts hang. Put your fucking bollocks on the table, bro. Who's got the biggest fucking bollocks in this squad? Simple as that. Obviously, you've spoken about Rice. We're going to get into it. But there's a couple things I want to push back on you, because I like to think I give people their praise where due, and I obviously ask questions where due, yeah. I had to reply to Guy and Balaguer. You're going to get another Mikel Arteta interview, G, because these are the things that jar me. It's not that they're wrong, but they always rear its head. And I think it's a bit disingenuous. This is what I mean about this toxic, negative and positive bullshit. What's there to understand? What's there to struggle with? That we've got a good team, good individuals. Certain things are very good collectively. The manager, you've rebuilt the club. You know, you rebuilt the club. You've got us here. But with all that being said, if man really rate Arteta, and you have had a couple bites of the cherry in the last 2 years, and actually since Arteta has managed us in the champs, quarters, we're en route for another semi-final, so 2 in a row. We're a good team. It's tangible. And I'm not even talking about the champs, talking about the Premier League. It's tangible. So when it's all going right, we can big them up. But at some point, you got to do this thing. At some point, the Invincibles, United sides, City sides, Liverpool sides, whatever sides, that's one trope, Leicester, you had to get it done. And you haven't got it done. 2 things bother me about the narrative building around Arsenal. Listen, we all know the media, they don't give us a fair trial. That's why we wanted you to put 2 fingers up. But I do think people are intellectually dishonest. Firstly, we're constantly told that the Premier League is the most competitive league in the world. Fine. So what does it mean to be consistently fighting for a title in that environment? You can't celebrate the league's brutal competitiveness and then dismiss sustained title challenges as not good enough. Pick one. No, you're gaslighting, because we applaud that. We applaud that. We have shown consistency to be fighting for titles. We have shown that. It's a fair question to ask. Get over the line. Because if you was Kalas, then it'd be different. What are we talking? What are we doing here? You're insulting everybody's intelligence then. What are we doing here? What's the point running a race for the race's sake? Secondly, and in my opinion, this matters more, failure in elite sport is not losing. Luis Enrique said it. Many others have said versions of it. Failure is not trying again. It's accepting the ceiling. Listen, nobody accepts. Nobody can put that one on Mikel Arteta. We do think you get up every day with the desire. We do think that this ain't our ceiling. But what does that mean, bro? What does that mean? What does that mean? It sounds great, mighty ducks, and obviously without my Arsenal hat on, you don't know I echo a lot of this stuff. But reality is, we're getting away from bullshit. Arteta has said I need to win trophies. I want to win trophies. The players as well. Arteta said I need to earn a new contract. We came into the season with the gloves off. We rate certain man. We rate certain collective elements. Had 8 signings brought in. And again, it's not me to sit here and say Arsenal are the biggest and baddest, and we can thump up every team. But before I gave City their credit. I gave Southampton their credit. I gave Bournemouth their credit. And I continue to give all of those teams their credit, which they deserve. But way before I can keep waffling about them, I have to look at my boys. At any point, even when we've dropped points this season, and it happens, at any point have I looked at it and said, you know what, he gave it all. It weren't our day. Purely, let's go back to a tactical standpoint. No. So don't take the piss. Do not take the piss out of me, Guillaume Balaguer. Don't do that. And that's great. Every setback has been fuel for the next attempt. That's great, bro. That's great. But at some point, you can't keep doing the same things. There's certain things Mikel Arteta is doing the same. He shoots himself in the foot. The players shoot themselves in the foot. Do not take the piss. The problem is social media runs on binary outcomes, win or fail. Yeah, we know about that. But isolated to us Arsenal fans, if it's not winning, it is failure. Arteta is not a failure at the club. But, you know, if you left today, when you came in, and if you left today, are we in a much better position? Yes. But the rebuild, all of that jazz is changed. You big up you. I would even say last 3 years, because 2022, 23, we didn't even think we could get there. Other teams would have seized that moment and won the league, and that's something we are yet to do, seizing things that are falling on our lap. Last 3 years, maybe even 4 now. Don't take the piss out of me, man. Please, man. Hero or fraud, no room for nuance. There's room for nuance. There's bare contexts, but it's fight or flight now, bro. The room for the manager who rebuilt a club into genuine title challenges and is still hungry for more. That's great, but it's Arsenal FC. I believe this. Arteta is going to win stuff in his career, you know. He's going to go and do things. But if you don't do it at my club, I don't care. Reality is, there's been times in previous years where it wouldn't have worked, where you could have, would have, and maybe on the other contexts, should have been sacked. You've been backed by the wage. I don't care how much a man gets, but the club believe in you. They made you from head coach to manager. You're on 15 mil a year. You have shown us things to get behind. The players have, top 6 record generally in the last couple of years, has maybe not so much now. It's been all right. You're going from quarters and you're not getting embarrassed in the Champions League, which any Champions League game used to be a write-off. We have no doubt that you can compete competitively, but the fine margins, being on the right side of these things, we're not there. So what are we talking about? You've done that. Big up yourself. But we've seen evolution. We've seen it in our squad. Ramsdale. Raya's better than him. Difficult decisions have to happen. At some point, you have to be open to everything. It's not Arteta FC. There's too many dickheads in our fan base that just criticize the guy beyond genuine constructive criticism, just drawing him out. There's too much people that suck dick. The truth is in the middle. You're a good team with a good manager. Do you want to be a great one? Do you want to be a great manager with a great team? Do you want to get over the line? Do you want to go in Arsenal folklore? Do you want to put some trophies in the cabinet? Do you one day, some of you got kids and they're starting to get older and grandkids. Do you want to be able to tell that? Do you want to create a memory? Because you lot will be the first one of the Emirates era. So do not do that, bro. Big up Simeone. But as you can see, he's chat shit, man. Arteta may or may not win the league this year. He may not lift the Champions League this year or next year. But as long as he keeps pushing, keeps trying, keeps competing at this level, failure isn't what this is. Find another name for it. So tell us what the other name is then. Because in the last 3 years, it has been failure, bro. Let's not lie. Last year, everyone that's in charge of, I actually feel sorry for the players last year. Failure. This year, you have a chance to do something. 2023, 24, obviously, big run towards the end of the year. Failure. 2022, 23, I allow you lot, innit? I allow you lot. No one said that. So what's the other word? Find another name for it. We're asking you, bro. And if City do win the league, it's another achievement. They could do a domestic treble, a domestic double, where they've been robbed. So don't do this, man. Don't insult people's intelligence. And then you got people that do this. Fans blaming the players for a lack of mentality when they can't handle any dips in form. Ironic. If you don't have the balls to support this club when things don't go our way, don't be here in May when we lift the Prem. Bro, shut the fuck up with all of that. And there's a lot of us, bro, that have criticized this, have looked at the dips, but we've seen patterns. There's pattern recognition. There's old problems that have reared their head. Despite this, I speak for many an Arsenal fan. We could be vexed as we are. We're supporting you. But belief in your ability to get over the line, it's not going to be there. So don't try and do this. I hate when fans try and, on the negative and the positive side, they're always trying to, I'm the best fan ever. Oh my God. Who cares, bro? Who cares? Who cares? Hella gaslighting, as I replied to you on Twitter with that. I mean, on the 11th of April, Arteta said it there. We're far from our standards. Gyokeres said the same thing, and I actually like the way Gyokeres speaks in his press conference. What has Mikel Arteta said? We have to wait till tomorrow to see any team news. He played coy on Rice. He played coy on if Saka and Timber could be back. He's basically said maybe. He's spoken about the disappointment of Saturday. It was a big disappointment and a hard one to take, especially losing at home when we had the opportunity to make that gap bigger and bring more certainty and get into this week in the best possible manner. What we're trying to achieve is difficult. It's challenging, it's bumpy at times, and it's supposed to be like this. Nobody's disagreeing with that. And for what reasons I've been waffling about for 20 odd minutes, we're not going to keep doing the long thing in it. So you have to confront it. And what I basically said, we're trying to do something in this competition that hasn't been done in the history of the club in 140 years. So that tells you the difficulty of that and what you guys are doing. It's the second time in 3 years we're in the quarterfinals, which is true. Big us up. We are competing to win the Premier League. We're in a really strong position after 22 years without doing it. We know about the difficulties. We know there's mental things on what he wants from the crowd tomorrow. No fear, pure fire. The fan, bro, we brought the fire, bro. You can never, the fans will make it an atmosphere at the Emirates. They will make it an atmosphere. But you don't need to give something to the fans. Man, the first 10 minutes, first 10 seconds, clamp someone. Someone go for a shot. Max Dowman go on an amazing dribble. Just a bit of courage. Because fans are just there moving like madmen that need to be sectioned off and mad gal just making noise, which we do. But you lot need to give us something to get behind. There's times the players need to be lifted by the fans, which we've done. I remember the 2022-23 season against Leicester. Saliba made a mistake. Fans are singing his song straight away. There's times you lot need to lift us. At the end of the day, you lot do your job. And even if you don't win, it's the way you're playing. If we're seeing certain things, we're behind you. So I don't know, man. No fear, pure fire. That's it. Me the first, pure fire. That's what I want to see on the players, on the people, on myself. That's it. Go for it because the opportunity is unbelievable. We're in April. We have an incredible opportunity ahead of us. Let's confront it. Let's go for it by really putting absolutely everything into it. On his overriding emotion at the moment. Fire, I'm on fire. That's nothing else. I'm dreaming so much. The dream is really hustle so separately. I've done so much to be in this position because I know how this club was. I've done so much against anything that this is the beauty. I just see beauty, opportunity. I want to get it done for all these people. Pardon me, people that have been on this journey with us and because they deserve it, because it's been unbelievable. That's what's driven me every single day. Zero fear. Fear I had when, if we don't get this done, this club, I don't know what is going to happen. That was fear. Now there's no fear. It's just purpose, fire, direction, and conviction. We're going to do it. So show us that on the pitch. Show us that with your feet. Just show us that. Only if he sees fire in the players, yes, big time. Show us that. Fuck the fan that was doing the bottle thing. I did find it funny. It's a bit of banter. Fuck him in it. Just make him look like a dick. You're proving him right. Make him look like a dickhead he made by winning the league. On if he showed it to the players, bro, we've seen that. They've all seen that. On if this is the biggest week in his time as manager, the biggest opportunity of 6.5 years, we do need to keep composure. Listen, momentum needs to shift in a positive way. On Bukayo, he said it's an Achilles issue. He's been carrying it for a while, even before the final. A lot of this, if I'm brutally honest, I don't want to hear it, bro. Like I'm past hearing it. Big up Magalhaes and whatnot. But the main thing is Rice, Saka, Timber. What has he said on them? We have to wait till tomorrow morning to see how a few of the boys are and make the right decisions with them. We have to wait and see when speaking about Rice, how he is tomorrow. But obviously, he wasn't available to train. He's played a lot of games. That's part of the issue. But he's going to try to do everything that he possibly can to be with us tomorrow. That's for sure. On Juri and Timber and Bukayo, obviously, he said maybe they could be involved. So, yeah, we're going to have to see, man. But it's if you lot want it, innit? It's as simple as that. Always just like, I think